Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're going to look at a really interesting situation. Luka Dončić returning to Dallas, first time back as a Laker after that huge trade in February.
Yeah, you flagged this ESPN article, and it's the perfect piece to dig into.
Right, we want to get into what this game really means, beyond the score. So let's dive into those massive player trades and the immediate fallout.
Exactly. This ESPN article really gives us a fantastic window into the emotions surrounding this moment, not just for Luka, obviously, but for the Lakers, the Mavs, the fans. It's about so much more than just basketball. It's that whole player-city connection.
So let's paint the picture. Luka back in Dallas, but now wearing Lakers purple and gold. A bit of a strange sight, right?
For sure. 6.5 seasons with the Mavericks, basically the face of the franchise.
Absolutely. The cornerstone. Then boom, the trade. Luka to LA and the Mavs get Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a future first-rounder. You just knew this return game was going to be something.
Oh yeah. 6.5 years, he wasn't just playing there, he was building a legacy. All those highlights, the playoff runs, it felt like he was their guy for the future. That kind of connection doesn't just vanish overnight.
And the ESPN article really gets into that emotional side, especially around the intros. They even did a tribute video.
Right. Showed all his big moments in a Mavs jersey, those crazy shots, the game winners.
Wow. How did Luka take it?
According to the article, it hit him hard. Really hard. He was visibly emotional, even had to bury his face in a towel for a bit.
Wow, that's tough. I can't even imagine. And he even said something like, after that video, I was like, there's no way I'm playing this game. Sounds like it was just overwhelming.
Yeah, he said it was so many emotions. What do you think's going through his head at that moment?
It's got to be surreal, right? Back in that building, seeing all those memories play out, but now you're on the other side, the opposition.
Like walking back into a past life, but everyone's watching.
But then the game starts, and somehow Luka just goes off. He ties his season high with 45 points.
Incredible. Not only that, he led the Lakers to a 112-97 win, and that win actually secured a playoff spot for LA too.
Wow, I didn't realize that part.
Yeah, it just speaks volumes, doesn't it? His focus and ability to perform, even with all that personal stuff swirling around.
And his efficiency was off the charts too. 16 for 28 shooting, 7 of 10 from 3. Plus 8 boards, 6 assists, and 4 steals. Remember, this was the second night of a back-to-back for the Lakers after a loss.
Just dominant. It really shows his professionalism, right? The tribute was emotional, the return heavy, but once the ball tipped, it was business. He had a job to do for his new team.
Seriously, how do athletes compartmentalize that kind of emotion?
It's incredible, really. But the fan reactions, man, they were complicated, a real mix.
Definitely. The article mentioned standing ovations and Luka chants when he checked out, so clearly, the love is still there.
Oh, for sure. But there was also some pointed feedback aimed at someone else.
Yeah, the article mentioned Fire Nico chants. Nico Harrison, Mavs president of basketball ops and GM, the guy who made the trade.
Those chants happened a lot during Lakers free throws. What do you think drives that kind of direct negativity?
It's that feeling of loss, isn't it? Maybe they felt the trade wasn't right or wasn't handled well. They love Luka, but now he's gone. So they aim that frustration at the person they see as responsible.
Makes sense. Their investment in Luka turns into backlash against management.
Yeah, fans feel that connection to the star player, almost like ownership. Trading them can feel like a betrayal.
And those chants were pretty raw. The article notes Harrison was kind of tucked away in a tunnel near midcourt. Can't imagine that was fun to listen to.
No way. Really highlights the instant pressure management faces with these huge moves. But it wasn't just inside the arena, right? There were protests outside too.
Yep, people gathered by the Dirk Nowitzki statue. Some celebrating Luka's return, others angry about the trade.
Wait, a fan ran 77 laps around the arena?
Yeah, 77 like Luka's number, in a Dirk jersey. As a protest, that's some serious dedication to frustration.
Definitely memorable. Shows the depth of feeling there.
So, besides the video tribute, what else did the Mavs organization do to acknowledge Luka?
They walked a fine line, right? Besides the tribute video, they put those Falaza Verse t-shirts on every seat, which means thank you for everything in Slovenian.
Nice touch.
Yeah, and some key figures were there. Dirk, Mark Cuban. Though funny detail, Cuban was wearing an Anthony Davis t-shirt.
Interesting. Acknowledging the past, but also showing support for the new guys.
Exactly. It's a delicate balance, honoring a legend while getting fans excited about what's next.
What about AD and Max Christie? How did they do against their old teammate?
The article said AD was still shaking off an injury. He put up 13 points, 11 boards, 6 assists. Solid but not huge.
Okay.
And Max Christie had 11 points off the bench. Not a statement game for either, but you wonder about the pressure they felt.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that's like, being on the other side of all that emotion, knowing you're part of why Luka left.
After the final buzzer, what were the player and coach reactions like?
Luka himself said he felt a bit of both, happy and angry. He appreciated the fan support, but obviously had mixed feelings about leaving. He said it felt like a step toward closure.
Can one game really bring closure?
Maybe not complete closure, but it's a big step in the process, right? Seeing the place again, feeling the energy. Even as an opponent, it's like a milestone before truly moving on.
Yeah, a necessary hurdle to clear.
The Lakers were clearly supportive of Luka. LeBron called his performance an out-of-body experience. High praise.
Definitely. And AD, having been through his own big trade, said both he and Luka were surprised when it happened. But you move on.
Respect for Luka on both sides, even with all the noise from the fans and the organizational awkwardness.
It really is a complex web of emotions, isn't it?
It is. Now back to Luka in closure. He said it wasn't a simple yes or no answer.
He said it's hard, right? He spent so much time there, but it's getting more and more normal. Now he's got to focus on different things.
Acknowledging the past, but also moving on. It's a process. 6.5 years of being the guy, that's not something you just shake off.
Makes total sense. It's a human experience happening on a public stage.
So, wrapping up this deep dive on Luka's return to Dallas, what are the big takeaways?
I think it really hammers home how complex these major trades are. It's not just about X's and O's or contracts. It's about emotion, loyalty, identity for the player, the fans, the teams. Luka performing like that under pressure shows his incredible talent and mental strength.
And the fan reaction? Loving Luka, blasting the GM, captures the intense personal connection fans feel to their stars and the team's direction.
For me, this whole situation is a fantastic case study. Individual brilliance, team chemistry, fan passion, all of it crashing together after a massive change. It's a powerful reminder that, even in pro sports, emotions drive so much of the story.
Absolutely. It's more than just one basketball game. It's about trades, players, fans, everything.
For sure. And here's a final thought to leave you with. How long does it really take for a fan base to move on from losing a player like that? What level of success does their own team need to achieve before they feel like the decision was worth it? Something to chew on.
Good question.
Thanks for diving deep.